I was the only one on that stage that raised my hand and said that I didn't think we should have a socialist leading the Democratic ticket. I don't think that is where our party is.
I think as someone who has met with and spoken to most of the incumbents who face tough races and the challengers who we need to win to take back the Senate, they're concerned about who's at the top of the ticket.
We're calm, cool, and collected. This is not, I mean, just because some people may be speaking out about not liking one candidate or another, that's the Democratic way. That's politics. It's a messy business.
I think all of you know we're getting the establishment just a little bit nervous.
We can confirm that. Up on Capitol Hill, that's the case. In delegate count, Bernie Sanders is trailing by 1. However, popular vote, if you look at the 2 contests so far, he's winning that contest. As you look forward now, the RCP average has Bernie Sanders on top nationally, also leading in Nevada, and Biden dropping in South Carolina, Sanders rising in South Carolina. We're back with the panel. We'll start there. Harold, your thoughts on where we stand as of tonight?
So you look at the national poll you showed, the moderates are beating the Warren and Sanders piece there. So there's still
there's
some
a lot
hope.
of them.
There are a lot of them. So if you consolidate, and there's a belief that Mike Bloomberg may emerge as that person that can do that because of the money, the experience, and when he gets in the race. Sanders has to be careful as we get going. And you saw de Blasio endorsed him. AOC is with him. Now they're starting to moderate his message, modify. They're saying that maybe Medicare for all won't be the health care plan. Could be
in
smart.
Part because the culinary union says we want to keep our plan.
Well, they're not alone. There are a number of people across the country, including many, many Democrats, who are worried that the Medicare for all plan poses challenges not only for their coverage but for their pocketbooks. So the next week or two, we'll get a good sense here. And I think Bloomberg still has everything he needs to have happen has happened. Well, the question is, can he execute on all of the things he need to be executed on? And one thing he has going in his favor, he will certainly have the resources to do that.
He also has everyone versus Mike Bloomberg. Take a listen.
Now, I understand that some of our opponents are billionaires and they're buying the airwaves.
Michael Bloomberg came in on the billionaire plan. Just buy yourself a nomination.
I think he should be on the debate stage because I can't beat him on the airwaves, but I can beat him on the debate stage.
You've all heard the slogan, Mike will get it done, and if you haven't, I've been spending an awful lot of money to get it out.
So how does that play, Charlie?
How disingenuous is it to run on a campaign platform that you're also running on saying that it's never going to happen, like Medicare for all? It seems like sort of dishonest from the get-go. We have an interesting thing going on right now. Bernie Sanders is emerging as the clear frontrunner, in part because as Harold was pointing out, all of the so-called moderates who are not really moderate, they're just not. Nobody is getting, and everybody isn't coalescing around one yet. So this is going to give Bernie a big running path for at least a couple more weeks. The problem with that at the same time is there's also clear evidence that Sanders is losing enthusiasm from 4 years ago, and that is, I think, an even bigger problem.
Number of people, yeah. All right, so let's take a rundown to Canada Casino. You got $100 in chips. You got to bet. Let's make them quick so we can get winners and losers.
Yeah, I'll go fast. I've got Buttigieg at 35, Sanders at 25, Bloomberg at 25, and Klobuchar at 15. I think there's no clear front runner. This is a pretty muddled field.
Harold.
I've got Bloomberg with the most chips at 35. I've got Sanders at 35 and Biden at 30. Bloomberg, Sanders is coalescing to be between the two of them. The question becomes, I think, South Carolina, where black voters weigh in. Who will they stick with? That's why Biden's at 30.
Not really out on a limb there. I mean, it's kind of all the same.
But black voters are the key here.
No, heard from black voters.
Yeah, with the bets, right.
Okay,
oh, well, then there's me. Bernie or bust. 75 on Bernie, wow. 25 on brokered convention.
There's a bet. There's a betting man right there. Here, all right, winners and losers, you're first.
So sticking with Democrats, my winner is Amy Klobuchar, who 4 months ago was at 1% in the Real Clear Politics average and is now climbing as she's portrayed herself as a real moderate, says she would not want a socialist on the ticket, says she would accept pro-lifers into the Democratic Party, and I think it's working for her. My loser is Elizabeth Warren, former registered Republican, then a crusading leftist, now running as a unity candidate. She seems confused.
Barr restored a sense and reclaimed a sense of equity and balance. He's my winner, and he gives some hope and confidence to lawyers and Democrats and the rule of law. My losers are the 2020 baseball season. I think there are a lot of worries, a lot of concerns. I don't think the Astros did themselves a favor, and it certainly didn't do fans any favor with the way they described what happened 3 years ago.
Totally agree. Winner or loser?
Winner, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders. You've got Democrats not only worried about the White House, but their majority in the House. Loser, Michael Avenatti. I mean, the reels showing all of the praise heaped on this guy just a year ago is amazing.
Winner, the panel, for making it around. Thank you very much.